Welcome everybody to the Voices of the Underground. I thought we'd talk a little bit about trading today, in case that's something everyone would be interested in. And I don't know what everybody's experience here is with trading, but I'm curious. So I thought this was something we could talk about. So I had a kind of interesting week. I was at a Steam Dublin meetup yesterday. Usually, even though we go to these meetups to meet people from Steam and talk about Steam, we usually end up talking about all kinds of cryptocurrencies. We also talk about a lot of the things that we talk on Votu, which is the politics and all the drama and all the fun shit. So yesterday we talked about a shit ton of different things, and it was really, really interesting. But unfortunately, what always happens is we'll be talking about these things and I'll say, I really must remember this for tomorrow because this is a really interesting topic for the podcast. And then the next day I'll rack my head for ages trying to remember what they were, aside from all the trading talk that we had. But one of the interesting things that we did talk about was what makes you actually buy a token, right? Aside from the fact that you heard that it's good. If you're actually doing your research, if you're actually looking for a coin that you really want to believe in before you buy it, I'm curious as to what people's experience here is. Anybody else who's been maybe trading or hodling? Is everybody here a Steam maximalist, or do we have anybody else who does trading?
Well, I'm pretty experienced.
Pretty experienced,
Yeah.
okay.
I do a little trading.
And do you trade a lot of different coins, like anything that's new, or do you tend to trade like your favorite handful?
For now, I just pick some numbers. I am really not on other exchanges. I do Bitrex alone. It's actually one of the coins on Bitrex. Initially, when I started, I was going all around. I was picking so many coins. Unfortunately, bits by a very long dip at the time. That was around last year. Yeah. So I just stepped out. After a while, I came back again. I've just been picking maybe 5. I just go for 5. When it goes up, I sell. I buy back and all those things.
Okay, so you're buying and selling, trying to buy on the lows and sell on the highs.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of hard, isn't it? Because how do you call the high?
Okay, when the new rumor is around, you buy the coin, then you sell when the news comes.
Yeah,
But when
I feel like I always get the news a little too late. Even if if I hear it like an hour after it comes out, I feel like, oh, well, the world has probably heard it already because they're really focused on it.
Okay. The other thing is, there are people who are able to read movements, the charts. When there is a dip, they know that okay. It's like fundamental analysis. You read the charts and you know that yes, okay, this coin has been bought too much. So the next thing is for it to go high. So you enter when it has been overbought.
But yeah, some of the things that we were talking about trading yesterday were, well, there's a girl who comes to our meetups, and she is actually a whale on this token that was released back in 2013. It's called the Sex Coin, and she's genuinely a whale. Like, she had something like 200,000 of these or something. And even though they're way, way, way down on CoinMarketCap, they're down in the 5th page or something. They did remarkably well during the recent pump, and she did incredibly well out of her investment in that, even though this is an abandoned cryptocurrency, as in there's no development on it whatsoever. Hasn't been since, I think, 2014. But she bought in a few years ago when it was really, really low, and she's made a shit ton of money out of it. And it's just fascinating that there's so many of these cryptocurrencies, and I don't know how long this is going to go on for, but there's so many of these cryptocurrencies that have no actual utility value, and yet they're pumping. And the question is, how long will they pump for? Like, before you have to pull out.
it's a wild west in crypto space, and everybody is coming to the space. A lot of people are trying out some Bitcoin because they heard about it and they only know Bitcoin, but they don't want to miss the plane. But
Yeah.
some coins, the lower they are, the less volume they have, and there are wallets of people with high volume who trade those low volume stocks or crypto coins, because when you are trading them against somebody who's trying to pump them, you can do it when you have enough. You can pump them up with the group, but you can also just get rid of one and pump another one. And that's possibly why some coins all of a sudden are raising 1000% or something, and it's unreal.